Alright, so just going to do a quick print here. I already have it all set up, and I'll maybe do another video on that. But remember, we haven't done this very many times, but I just want to show you how simple it is to print a simple shirt. Actually, this might not be the simplest one you have, because if you have a like a black on white would be your simplest. This one, as you can see over here, is a gold ink on a black shirt. It's the Pittsburgh colors. I'm doing a t-shirt for a Pittsburgh real estate company. Well, actually, their shirts that we made for them were orange on black. And this one we're actually just making for some samples to take to some prospective clients. So first of all, I just want to make sure that the shirt here is straight. And I have, of course, with a permanent marker, I have my center lines, and that's what this here is aligned. The screen is aligned to. I also have a pencil line that shows me where my neck is supposed to be. And actually got a little bit rubbed off from the last time I printed on it. So I'm just going to recheck that again. Remember, you want to check down here. In this case, I can see this. It's a black shirt, so I can see it through. And you want 3 fingers from the neck of the shirt. So I'm getting a little bit less. So I'm going to move the shirt up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect for now because I'm just using it to mark off where my 3 fingers are. We want it to be straight though. Okay, and we're going to look at that again. That's about 3 fingers. I will take my pencil here and mark that off clearly. And don't worry, that comes off pretty easily. Now that I have that, I can straighten my shirt out. I want to make sure that I'm getting, so you pull it all the way back like that and make sure it's tight. And just kind of grab it by the where the sleeves meet here, and that's where you're going to get. That's how you make sure it's even on the sides there. Just align that to. This might take a few tries, especially if, like me, you're a bit new at it, and you want to make sure that you're getting the straightest possible print, and just flatten that out a little bit so we get a nice flat surface. We already sprayed the sticky spray on there. Okay, so now when we're using this kind of an ink, when we're going on you don't have to do this with like a thinner ink, but this is a rye opaque thick ink, so you want to make sure that we back flood the screen first. So I'm actually not going to touch the, I'm not going to be putting much pressure here. I'm just pulling the squeegee a little bit just to make sure I have ink filling the screen. You're supposed to do that evenly, but it's not that evenly, but it should be fine. So now that we have it here, that's fairly even. Now that we have that done, I'm going to put the screen down. Now I'm going to give it more pressure by holding it at a fairly upright angle. And we're going to try our first prints. Okay, usually I find with the rye opaque that you can see it came down, but it came down pretty thin over there. But with the rye opaque, usually that's fairly normal. I usually give it, this is on a 156 screen. I want to make sure it's completely flooded there. And give it one more stroke, and after that I'll probably have to flash it and give it another 2 strokes. Okay, so that's coming fairly even. The sides were actually in one area right here. Right here it's not coming out even, and actually I can see why that is, because there's a slight stoppage right here in the screen, which means we're going to want to open that before we go further. And then of course we'll see if we can actually fix this shirt or not, which you might be able to on the next pass. Before I do that, I want to open up the screen. And see, by the way, this is a perfect example of the types of problems you can come into. So I might as well show you how to fix that. You have your, well, I don't want to put my sticky mist on there, that'll mess it up. But I have my screen opener, and I'm just going to put a, well, we can try it this way first. Just spray a little bit on that rag, and see if I can get that to come out. I think I'm going to need a little bit more than that. So what I'm going to do here is actually bring the screen down and spray my opener over the area that I see. I guess it has an ink stop, a little bit of ink that was stuck in there from the last print. And try and open that up with the screen opener. And of course, remember, when you do that, you want to make sure that you clear that off very well, because you don't want the screen opener mixing in with your inks. So I think that did it. But what I'm going to do here And before I go any further, let's move this so I can flip this around. Before I go any further, I want to flip this around, and I will want to flash this, because otherwise you're going to get very thick. You're going to get a very thick bunch of ink on it. We don't want that, so we're going to flash it about 15-20 seconds. It all depends on how hot you have this. It could be even 10 seconds, depending on how you have it set and what your which unit you're using, how hot it is. You can actually feel when it's pretty much ready. This is actually ready, so we're going to go give another try on this and see if we can save this one here. And by the way, this is just a lesson you want to learn. If people think they're going to start printing and they're going to get right into it and through backflooding this again. You think they're going to just start printing and no problems. Count on losing a bunch of T-shirts. Bottom line, you're going to lose some T-shirts before you learn to do this right. Okay, here we go. Trying to get a nice even pull, and that did look like it did better. I think we might have even saved this one, but we're going to come back here one more time, and let's give one more pull on it. Lots of pressure, but high angle there. And okay, that actually doesn't look too bad. And now we're going to take it off of here, just to show you what that looks like. See, a lot of gold on black, Pittsburgh colors. And now we're going to actually put it down for its cure. Throw that right on there. This is going to take a bit longer. The cure is going to take probably about a minute or so. So we're just going to wait a little bit. And by the way, you can usually tell once it's about there. You'll see a little bit of steam coming up off the shirt. Don't get worried about that. That is normal. It's not. It's actually not even from the. Some people worry that it's from the plastisol and that it's toxic, but it's actually not from the plastisol ink, because the plastisol ink doesn't shed anything. It's actually the steam from the T-shirt itself. Okay, we're getting over 320 there. We're getting over 320. You just want to always make sure to check the edges, because sometimes the middle will get done quite well, but the edges won't be done so well. As you can see, that's steaming a little bit, and that's fine. And there we have our gold on black cured T-shirt.